Good morning, it's JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland, and I'm running late this morning. So we're just get ourselves just a couple of minutes, so we'll be okay, and we'll give people time to get in while I get a little organised. So if you're here, say hello. I'm just getting set up on my Facebook business page so that I can see your comments. Facebook is telling me there's 2 people watching, so say hi. So it's a beautiful, I know it depends on where you're watching from in the world, I totally get that. But in the UK, we're in the clutches of autumn at the moment, and today is one of these gorgeous blue sky days. It's absolutely beautiful. As I say, I'm just getting organised here, so I am playing with Enjoy the Moment and watercolour shapes I've picked out today to play with, and I'll show you the papers once I get myself here. Come on. Better take the sound off it. So here we are. Good morning Renee, lovely to see you. And it's saying it's paused, it's interrupted. Well, hope we're all right and ready to roll. Hi Victoria, or Vicky. Well, read your Sunday name when it comes up on Facebook. I don't know why I don't know if it's my iPad's told me it's interrupted. Well, why is technology so difficult? I just want to stamp. Come on. Okay, so if you've dropped in, say hi. Hi Anne Harrod. I know it's evening for you, and I know autumn is not happening for you either. You be in spring, so you can, you could translate these things, because even in spring the seed heads are still waving about in the. I don't know if I'm having an internet problem this morning, but it keeps interrupting. So let's see. Is it okay for you guys? I'm having to stand up to see what my phone's saying. It's not interrupting on my phone. Yeah, I just want to play with it. I love it. Hi, Joanna. So guys, is anyone else getting an interruption? Or is it just my daft iPad? Do I need to put some power in it maybe? So if you're watching this later on, this is a live Facebook a Facebook Live, so I am saying hello to people. Yeah, it must be my iPad that's giving me an issue, but so I can't always see your comments because it keeps stopping and starting, but I'm just going to keep going. So today I got up, and it's one of those beautiful happy looking, glad to be alive autumn days. I think it's quite cool, it's quite crisp, but we have blue sky and sunshine, so I just want to reflect that in my stamping. So I love autumn, I love the colours changing, and I thought, well, everyone at the moment is stamping with the leaves, and yeah, the leaves are a huge part of autumn. And I've chopped up some paper from this pack, which is, goes with one of the trees, Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. Now, so these are just gorgeous. The watercoloury looks. Look at this with the pine trees in the blue. That's more of a, I would say that's more of a crisp winter sort of day that depicts. And they're just like just a wishy watery effect of but trees. What a fab background that will make. I love this as well with the the trees and the autumn colours starting to come through, and it's like, and then a nice bark effect. And then the papers I've chosen to use today are this side with the tree branches and the leaves changing colour. This is gorgeous too if you want to use them more when we get deeper into autumn and you've got the rich reds coming through. And then this one really resonated with me today because we've got a lovely blue sky day, and these are beautiful too with bringing in the blues and the autumn colours. So right, I'm blethering and I'm now going to stamp because that's what we're meant to be doing. So I'm going to pop this lot aside. I've kind of chosen Mango Melody and Early Espresso today as my two main colours. So, and I've chopped some little bits of paper up. So I've chopped one piece of A4 of our basic white, and I've chopped it into 7 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and I get 9 pieces out of one piece. So that's fun. So we'll see what happens. And as I say, I'm going to use Enjoy the Moment and this circle stamp, whoops, from Watershut Colour Shapes, and it just looks like the council guys have just turned up to start cutting grass around my house, so I hope you don't have too much background noise. There's not much I can do about that. Actually there is, I'll just shut the window. Right, so are we ready to stamp? Are we ready to roll? Oh, hi Karen, and hi Louise, fab. Lovely to have you all. So these watercolour shapes, I think they're fabulous. I've seen other people use them and I've never really got around to using them myself. As you see, I've used that one and maybe this one, but they're not stained enough. So we need to get these stained and used. So let's just start. We'll start off with a very simple composition that was in my head. So I've got my Mango Melody and my Early Espresso. I had a quick on a piece of old paper. I had a quick sort of try with this while I was in the middle of getting dried and dressed after my shower. You know how it is, easy distracted, desperate to be stamping. So on this little piece of paper, I'm going to pop my version of the sunshine, and I'm just stamping down with this watercolour shape. This is easy peasy stuff, but I think effective. So that's kind of depicting our sunshine. And then I'm using the poppy seed heads. Can someone tell me what this is? My head is empty this morning. Which seed head is this? What is that the seed head of? Oh, you've got a noisy cat. It's very good. Right, so I'm inking this up in Early Espresso and I'm just going to stamp it down. I'm kind of trying to keep it straight. Look at the detail. There is no need for anything else with this because the detail, the artists have done all the work here. Yeah, yeah, but I know what plant is it from? I keep wanting to say passion flower, but it's not. And it's like doing my head in this morning because I can't remember. And I haven't Googled, but maybe somebody else has got time to have a wee Google. And then from the Enjoy the Moment set, I've got the little sentiment here. It says a little note. So inside I'll probably write in handwriting of thanks because I do always need thank you cards. So I'm just going to pop this here. Simple. So we'll just stick with simple to start off with. Whoops. Right, I had a piece of Early Espresso cut up and then I'm not sure where it's gone. I had all these bits cut up. here I did have a bit cut up. I'm actually just going to go for just a simple, the first card's always a simple one, and then we'll add bits as we go. I have not checked my glue out this morning, so I could be having a glue crisis. And I put an order in yesterday and forgot to add glue. So if any of my customers are needing anything ordered, any small things, I am going to be putting a glue order in, or an adhesive order, and stock up again. So if any of my customers are needing anything, you could add them onto that order. I'll be doing that this evening, so just message me if you need something added on. That's if you're local enough to me that I can deliver it to you, or you can collect it from me. I'm just actually going to pop this on to the card. Lotus Pod, thank you very much, Joanna. I knew someone said it, I would know, I just couldn't. And if anyone else said, I'm sorry. No, Cape Gooseberry is a different one. I'll show you that one. Let's stick this down first. Now obviously you need to line this inside, but leave that bit to you. Those bits are a bit boring, so that is a bit skew-iff. So having used wet glue. So there's card one. Is that not just quite pretty? So then I'm going to go and do the same composition. I'll put that to the side. Oh, I was going to show you Cape Gooseberry. These are the Cape Gooseberries here. Also known as, and I can't say it now, Physalis. One has to be very careful when I say that. I'm not sure what these ones are. And that one, I'm not entirely sure either. There's a maple or sycamore. And these ones are poppy seed heads. We all have different opinions about what the seed heads are, because it's more about what's native to our own country. Hi Karen, not seen you in a while, so 2 Karens in the house so far. So have you guys got blue sky in Fife as well? I was over in the Kingdom yesterday. I was in Dunfermline. Unfortunately, I was at a funeral. However, it was in the Glen in Dunfermline, and the autumn colours were beautiful again. So again, oh no, before I do that, I want to add the blue sky this time. So what you'll have noticed that what I did here was I stamped the watercolour shape onto some post-it notes so there's a wee bit of sticky, and then I just roughly cut it out. Now you could die cut a perfect circle, but I didn't want it to be a perfect circle. I just want it to fit slightly inside of here. And then I'm going to get my blue blending brush that I usually... This is an old one that I've had a long time, and I always have used it with Night of Navy. So this time I'm going to bring in the idea of the blue sky. So just take the worst off first, and then just circular motions. We don't really have a blue that is really sky blue, so I find Night of Navy works best, but then I love that colour, you know, so any excuse to use it, and why not? So there you go, your sort of blue sky sunny look. And this time what I'll do is I'm going to clean off the stamp. I'm just using a microfiber cloth because, of course, I forgot to dampen my chamois before we started. Does that surprise you? And again, sticking with exactly the same composition, just changing up the colour a wee bit. The same sort of composition. I won't get it exactly the same every time, but I'm never happier than when I'm stamping with Night of Navy. I don't know why. And I forgot to get some Night of Navy card out, so just give me a moment and I will get that in a minute. Isn't that pretty? Let me just see if I've got a scrap of Night of Navy around. Probably not. Oof, no, nothing jumbo, maybe. Yay. So, I just want a bit to pop this on. So if that was 7 by, so I want 7 by 4 by 9 by 0.4. That was 7.9. So I mean, you can use whatever colours you're inspired by. I can't remember what I did have in mind for coffee and cards this morning, but it wasn't this. And I've cut that wrong. Oh dear, because I'm trying to talk at the same time. I'll just probably have the trimmer out, just keep it out my hand here, but see how that goes on. There. How pretty. Now do we put that on a, do we go, yeah, that works. In my head that works anyway. I was thinking it should go on a white card, but no, it's alright on that. So let's just go with that. And then the next ones we'll bring in the designer series papers. I'm struggling to see your comments again. I've not got enough hands here. On my iPad I keep having to swipe it, and Facebook sometimes change things. And what are you saying there, Joanna, about what's your Yorkshire? Oh, it's a bit parky. Yeah, yeah, I understand that one. Yeah. I mean, last week was I not telling you that the weather was dreich, and today yeah, it's a bit chilly, but it's so beautiful. Well, I would say a beautiful blue sky day, a glad to be alive day for me. Not that I'm not glad to be alive any day, I am. Now these are, we do try to keep to simple cards on a Thursday so that beginners can get involved in it. Everyone starts telling me, oh, you could do this and you could do that, and that's fab, but you go and do this and do that. As I say, I'm just sharing. So there's our first card, and here's a second one where we've brought the blue in. So just stepping it up slowly. So this time I'm going to go with some trees, branches. So again, we want our, look at the state of me, sticking my finger in already. Doesn't take long, does it? So again, back to the simple stuff. So just, this is our sun. It's really a watercolour shape, but hey, we're just popping it in the corner there. So we could, I mean, we can stamp it off, and well, let's stamp it off slightly so that the sun's just coming in on the corner. So again, play around with your composition till you've got something that you're happy with. So this time I think what we'll bring in is our lotus flower seed head as well. But we'll keep the poppies in. You know what, that's not cleaning up so well, but I have some of the stamping mist, so I'll just put some of that on my stamp and then wipe it off with the So I've obviously not used the stamping mist in a wee while, because when I brought it down from the shelf I got a pile of dust as well. Why does that not surprise you? Or me even. Right, so let's just pop this one the same as before. It's beautiful, isn't it? And then let's have this one. And our sentiment, a little note. Just cleaning a night of navy off it, because I've gone back to early espresso. But really, you know, you can do these with just 2 colours, I think. And your watercolour shape at the behind it doesn't have to be denoting the sunshine. It's just that that was what inspired me this morning. So I just want, right, so I want another piece of, I like to back it. Now, actually, when I'm thinking about it, if you don't have card, you can just, no, I'm just going to use it and blend it in. I'm going to, where are you? I had a scrap of early espresso. Oh my goodness, I am organisationally challenged. Is that even an expression? Hi Ivy. Oh, I'm sorry you've got to work, but it happens to the best of us. Okay, so I need another piece of early espresso because I've misplaced the bit I had. Sorry about this. Oh well, never mind. 9.4, isn't it, that way? Let's just, don't worry, it'll all get used up. And 7.4. So see where I'm coming from, I'm making this, I'm using much the same composition, but each card is slightly different to the last one. You're going to use them as sea plants, Anne Harrods. I'd love to see I'd love to see your sea plants. I'd love to see what you do. So please do share on social media when you do, and into the Jazzle Dazzle and Friends Craft Share group. I always put a link to that underneath all my YouTube videos, but if anyone wants to come and join us in the Craft Share group and you can't find it, just message me and I'll guide you there. Right, and then just put this designer series paper, which I've already cut to 9.7 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And I'm just going to pop this in the background. You could put it up with them dimensionals and give your card a bit more of an interest. Oops. Third card. Oh, this, I hope it's not sticking. This is the weirdest thing, it's not sticking on my phone, but it's sticking on. So now I'm going to actually just take a moment and we're going to do one with the, or will we, oh no, I'll just do another one. We'll do one with the Night of Navy card base and that beautiful paper that looks like the sky. And again, we're just sticking to standard size. We're score it down the middle and cut it in half the other direction, and that gives me 2 card bases. I loved this stamp set the moment I saw it. Where are you seeing these running men? Is that here on my grid paper? Oh goodness, I'm glad I can entertain you. Right, so we've got that, and do you know what, we'll need a piece to frame this, or will we? Yeah, yeah, so I need another scrap here. Is that going to be? Right, that's only 9 that way, so we'll cut the 9 bit this way, 9.4. See, using up scraps. And there's my scrap of early espresso now, see? And 7.4, because I'm going back to Night of Navy for this one. Basically doing similar. So what we'll do this time is do that one, but put it on the blue sky background. Well, we'll bring the lotus seed head in. There's nothing else in that stamp set that's got long stems, is there? No. So we'll just stick with the 2 with the stems on. Righty, so sunshine. It's like going to the psychiatrist, isn't it, and seeing what you can see in the ink blobs. And we'll add in the blue this time, so we'll need the mask. Here it is. Here's the one I used. I don't want to use the one I actually stamped with the Mango Melody because I don't want that getting mixed up in my blue. And then we'll end up with a kind of mucky green, wouldn't we? So mask over, get your brush. I'm not really seeing comments again. I'm really not happy with this, but I've got to keep stopping what I'm doing. And you see an angel, Tammy? Maybe it's a ghost. I don't know if that's, I want to bring that over just slightly. If I can see a sort of Mango Melody halo all the way around it, then that's good, because I don't want a white halo around my sunshine. So again, just bringing in circular motions, and it gives you quite a textural background, which is, well, kind of like the sky. It's not a solid, the sky is never a solid blue, even though it looks like it some days. then if you want to darken the edge, you can just do your circles, but don't come too far with it, and then it just gives you a more defined edge. And a wee bit more at the corners, and then just, there you go. And then again, clean off the stamps. I don't know why I didn't just do a few early espresso and then a few night of navy, but that's not me. I just like to show the variety. And well, it looks like I've cleaned Winkle's tail off on my microfiber, because my stamp's now got some sparkle, but hey, that's all right. And then we pop that down. I just love this stamp. I love all the I love line drawings. I think it's something I'd like to be able to do myself, but I'm not particularly clever at. And that's why I love stamping, because it does it for me. Got a bit of a shake this morning, a wee shudder going on. And then a little note. How are we doing for time? I know it's just, yeah, you can see in here, but I'm not always seeing your comments, but hey, that's all right. Okay, so you can make bad comments, you can be cheeky and I'm not seeing them if you want to. So look, this just makes a lovely looking kind of sky background, doesn't it? And this is beautiful too, but just love it. All of this paper, and do you know what's been, I bought this. In fact, I've got a sheet of each, and it was part of a paper share right at the beginning of the annual catalogue, and I really haven't used it because I haven't got the stamp set that was with that suite, but that's no reason not to use this beautiful paper. I mean, the stamp set that goes with this suite is beautiful too, but you know, it's just like you can't have everything, can you? Well, apparently I can't anyway. My bank manager doesn't allow it. And then we'll pop this one on here. We do want it all, but we can't have it all. And unfortunately, to be honest, if I had it all, I don't really have enough time to use it all. I felt that slipped a wee bit there as I brought it back up. Right, straight now, give it a rub. Then some glue. And I'm sticking with the, these are all going to be going in the post. So I'm just sticking with flat cards. Because then that's, I will add liners after words. So how are we doing for time? Oh, we've got loads of time. I think we can just keep going, will we? Yeah, loving it. So we've got four complete cards, so let's just keep going, keep going, keep going. We'll go back to this one then. So what we're going to do with this one, do we bring in another colour or do we just keep doing what's working? not to worry, Helen. Oh no, another one. This, do you know, I think we all went back to mixing far too soon. I just think COVID is, it just needs to do one, doesn't it? It's driving me crazy. Yeah, we'll just kind of stick with what, because I'm needing these cards. So another one. Now, what was I thinking earlier on? There was something did come in my head and then it went away, so we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it away. Or do we use a different colour? As I said earlier, it doesn't have to be, this doesn't have to be the sun. I was going to give it a scoosh. Let's just see what happens if we bring in a different colour. So what colours have we got in here? So we've got early espresso, we've got that out, but there's, I would say it could be pumpkin pie. But then I was looking to see if we could do something different. There's Mary Merlot. I don't really want to go starting getting into different colours, because then I'm just like, there is a bit of Old Olive, just a wee teeny bit of it. I don't know, let's see. I just wanted to show you that if, you know, if you're not doing the sun, but you could use one of the other, let's just use one of the other watercolour shapes. What fits on here? The rectangle. The big square. Let's just go with that just now. Just let's see. Humour me while I experiment. Where is, I'm short of blocks here. I had them all. Why does this happen to me all the time? What we got in the box? Right, so we've got a block. This time I am going to use my early espresso. Why did I not take the circle out? Maybe because I'm not done with that. I don't think I'm done with that, but I just wanted to add something else into the mix here. So I've got Old Olive, which is a great colour, I love it. Pop it there. And then just going similar, like just clean it off again, because I've got Night of Navy on it, and now I want to use early espresso. I'm going at quite a speed today, I think. But okay, Tammy, no worries. I think there are one or two people here that are watching and while they're working and possibly can't say hello because, well, but hello to you guys. I love knowing that you're here. That's actually quite nice, isn't it? And what else have we got here? I just like to play. So, okay, so you know what? Then you just... Sometimes you just have a wee composition in your head and you start with the simple and then you start playing. So this time, who doesn't like these maple or sycamore helicopters, we called them. Where's my little note? This time we'll put the sentiment here. And we'll could bring in other colours, but just going to keep it simple. So I'm just going to bring that in there. That's still singing autumn to me. That is just about the 9.4, so let's just cut this at 6.4. Well, that'll be have been 5.4, Janice. That wasn't quite clever, was it? Maybe 6.4. Somebody should have shouted at me. Have I done it correct this time? Why am I cutting it at 6.4 when the thing is 7 wide? Oh no. Must need more coffee. I'll have a gulp of cold coffee. I forgot to put it in my coffee cup thing. Right, let's just think. 9.4 by 7.4. How hard was that? The early espresso goes really well with Old Olive, doesn't it? Please say it does. I can't even see what... Yeah, I could have offset it, but sometimes if I've got something in my head I just want it to be the way what I planned. This is lovely. I actually liking that. And that will sit nicely on there, look. Well, look at that as well. There's too much colour in that, I think, isn't there? Actually, okay, that isn't too bad, is it? Will we go with that since it's got the greens and then it pulls it through? Let's just go with that. I ask you and then I tell you. That's not very good, is it? I don't know which way's up with this, but I don't think it matters. Yay! I love it. And at the end of the day, they're my cards, so I love them, we're all right. And I hope you love them too. How are we doing for time? Oh, I've still got time. Another one! And my iPad is constant, it's got a good charge in it, but it's constantly saying interrupting, so I'm kind of just keep having to stand up and check my phone. I like the richness of that now, don't you? So what's on the back of that one? So shall we do a blue one this time? I'm going to actually just go with the old olive that's in here, and I'm going to stamp with Night of Navy so that we're pulling out the colours. Right, so we're going to stick with the old olive, but we'll stick with the square this time. It's actually just trying to centre it for some reason. You just have to go with what pleases your eye. That's the wrong size. I'll sort that in a minute. Right, okay. And then I'm going to, we'll stick with the composition we did on the night with the early espresso. Clean this back down, and we'll finish it at that, and we'll just finish off with having a wee look and a chat about them all. So really, you could pick any of these papers. They're just beautiful. It's beautiful. Now I cleaned that and I'm not even going to use it. But I'll need to clean it for going away, for putting it away in a wee while. So what's everyone else going to do with the rest of the day? I'm actually going to be popping off to see my daughter for a wee while. Which I love, get some time with her. And this evening I'm actually doing a class. I think I've told some of you that I'm not terribly good at colouring with my blends. I love my blends and I can put colour down. But I'm doing a class tonight with JazzleDazzleCraft, Barry and Jay, about colouring with your blends. So I've signed up for that and I'm really looking forward to it. So you might see better quality colouring happening from me. Let's hope I learn something. I'm sure there's plenty for me to learn, but will I retain it? That's so a little note. And we called these helicopters. Did anyone else call them helicopters? And spend a lot of your childhood trying to drop these from a height and watching them swirling. And I need a Night of Navy card base. I'm going to close this before I have an accident. And I need a piece of Night of Navy. I may actually this evening make more of these as well. Do you not have any kind of maples in New Zealand, Anne Harrod? I mean, sycamore are native to the UK. They are a type of maple, but I have a Japanese maple in my wee garden. Oh, it's beautiful red colours just now. This sort of colour, it's gorgeous. I'm liking that. That is pretty, isn't it? We'll do what we said we were going to do, and we'll pop it with this paper to pull the colours out. And I'm going to stop at this one and we'll have a wee look at what we've done. No, I haven't seen any seeds coming from my Japanese maple, to be fair, but I still love the shape of that leaf. Isn't this beautiful? Come on, glue. Just a few more minutes. Just one more thing to stick. Well, I'll have to do the inners, but I do have tape runners, so I can use that later. Okay. Oh. Obviously, you can take a bit more time making sure everything's straight and lined up. Okay, here we go. So we've made 6 cards under an hour because it was late starting and I'm finishing before the hour's up. So yeah, easy peasies. 2 stamp sets, watercolour shapes. We've used Beauty of the Earth, and yeah, it just reminds us how beautiful our earth is, and let's look after it more. So some of the Beauty of the Earth papers. So let's just start off. There's our first one. Much the same composition throughout. That isn't our second one, that's the second one. So they were our first 2. And as I say, inspired by what I could see out the window this morning. It's beautiful sunshine. Bringing in the designer series papers. Changing, just bringing in the lotus flower pod. And then the other sides of these pieces of the designer series paper. So I don't know what you think, but I'm really happy with these. Simple, and you know what? Why make it complicated when simple is beautiful? So thanks everybody. I hope you're still managing to see me. So what's your favourite? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell me what your favourites are. I can now actually see the comments. Thank you, Karen. 5 and 6 for Anne Harrod. Actually, do you know what? I'm quite liking them too, although I didn't visualise them at the beginning. Hi, Margaret. Facebook's just told me you're all of them. Thank you, Diane. Yay. This thing that's going on and off and on and off and on and off. So I'm going to use those papers more, and I can see me actually ending up having to buy more of them. You'd like the 2 simple ones, Karen, yeah. Simplicity is good. Because sometimes once you bring the papers in, you start distracting from just the simple beauty of the stamps, especially these line drawn ones. It's just gorgeous. Well, you can always watch on the replay, Margaret, but we're so happy to have you here as well. But listen, Joanna, the reason I share is because it's to inspire other people, and I don't even mind if you copy them exactly, but you know, just go and play. Start off copying and then just move on with your own ideas will come in. I'm completely honoured when someone says I want to copy these. Yeah, it's why I share. If I inspire one person in one day, then I'm so happy. Job done. So guys, I am going to go off and fix the hair and get the shoes on and go off and see my daughter for a little while, and then back in time for this evening for my class, to do my colouring class. So hopefully I will have some things to... I've inspired you, Diane. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And for some people, sometimes it's just reminding them to go back to simple, because simple is beautiful. I know that the internet's a bit dodgy. Have a great day, great evening, great sleep, great day crafting, working, visiting, gardening, whatever you're doing. But I'm actually going to take my camera out with me today and hopefully get some nice autumn pictures which will inspire me further. I'm certainly going to use these papers. Okay guys, take care. Thank you so much for joining me. Totally appreciate y'all.